congrats on extending your time at this club. What does it mean for you to be the ball boy to now signing a multi-year contract? You're fulfilling your dreams. What does it mean overall?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. I'm super happy to, re-sign and get to stay in LA and to play with this big club. It's definitely one of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest, in MLS. So I think, you know, it's a lot of pressure, but it's good pressure when you're a forward and you want to make it to the next level. And yeah, that's my goal, just to get better and hopefully keep moving forward.
And was it an easy decision just to sign the contract and stay here for a long period of time?
Yeah, I'd say it was pretty easy. I think staying at home, with my family here and everybody here, it's not an opportunity that everybody gets to have, where they get to play in their home city or in home state. So I'm super grateful for it.
Y ya por último, ¿cómo está el grupo después de la eliminación, de la derrota en casa en estas eliminatorias, ante un estadio lleno, apoyándolo, intentaron, pero no se logró? ¿Cómo está el grupo?
Yeah, I think we're disappointed, right? Obviously, results don't always go the way we want them to, and that's okay. I'm pretty sure if we win both games, we can still maybe get second, even first if everybody ties out. So I think that's how we have to look at it. Just win the last two games.
On your contract, is it something that you've been talking about throughout the course of the season? How did it come together that you did this extension now?
No, I wouldn't say it was that long of talking, but I don't think it was a short period of time either. I think I've had a good season, so I think that definitely helped ease the decision from John. And yeah, I'm happy that I've played well enough to earn a new one.
Yeah, this season, as you said, it's been a good one for you. Probably not a lot of time to reflect on where you started coming into the year and what your expectations were, but for the ceiling of what you may have felt like I want to accomplish this season, how close are you to where you hoped in the best case scenario you would be?
I mean, I think I'm pretty far off. I have high expectations, but I think, it's better to have high expectations and fall somewhere short that's really good than have mediocre expectations and then, even if you do well, even if you do accomplish those, and it's mediocre at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I always try to overshoot rather than undershoot. So I think I maybe expected more goals, more assists, a lot of things. But if we go win a championship, I'll be happy, and that'll be enough for
coming
this
back
year.
from international duty and the team, won one and lost one while you guys were gone. Do you watch those games? Do you have a chance to watch those games? And then how does it feel coming back into the locker room, what you see from your teammates?
Right. I don't watch the full game. I think I watch maybe clips of it just because, you have stuff to do with the national team and everything, but I definitely keep touch with the score and see what's going on. I think everybody's still motivated. Everybody's excited for playoffs. Obviously a win, and it doesn't matter at the end of the day. We're just ready for playoffs.
Last one for me. The international window before this one, you came back and you hadn't played for the club. Since then, you went back to El Salvador. Do you feel 100% now? Do you feel like you can step on the field and there's no restrictions for you?
Yeah, I feel ready to go. I think, the games in El Salvador definitely prove that. And, I just have to use it as I don't want to say as training because those games were extremely important, but, referring to LAFC-wise, it shows that I could play, and I'm ready to go.
Hey Nathan, thank you for your time. How does it feel going into the playoffs with players like Boaka and Sonny and you being in that mix?
I think it feels really good. It feels like a confident team, a very good team with superstars and guys that could change the game at any moment. So yeah, it's always like having two aces.
All right, we'll take questions online. Jim, go ahead.
Hey Nathan, congratulations on the contract. It's been a complicated signing. Can you guys discuss about this, getting together amongst each other, kind of working out or during training that you want to build a core here, going to the future now, some of the guys that have signed recently, and kind of what you're expecting coming in next year with a lot of the same group of guys. You guys have this conversation about it?
I can't hear you. I couldn't hear it. Sorry.
Sorry, Jim. Can you give us 1 second? No, we got you. It's just, there's some noise here on site.
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead.
Nathan, congrats on the contract. Do you guys talk amongst each other, like some of the guys that recently re-signed, you're sort of building this core of guys that are going to be here for a long term? Do you discuss kind of doing this together and forming this sort of group that's going to stick around and doing this? And was that part of your reason also of wanting to be here, to sort of build a cohesive unit with guys that are going to stick around?
I don't think it's in particular thing that you talk about usually. I think it works out well that a lot of the guys are re-signing, and I think everybody that's re-signing, we know how each other play and their movements, and it's definitely going to help in the future, because there's no learning period, there's no learning curve, and so yeah, it just makes it that much easier for next year and to start off faster.
The news of Nathan extending his stay at the club, a kid who I think embraces what LAFC is. He was a ball boy and now he's in the first team. What does this represent for the club and for him that you've been having and given the opportunity to have some playing time?
Yeah, I think we're a club that is good because our culture is based on our community, and Nate is a part of that, and we want him around for as long as possible. And I think what that also says is that we want our younger players to put on the jersey for our first team and play at BMO. We want progression and to see our younger players develop into professionals. And if they develop further and faster, then maybe they move on to something bigger than MLS or LAFC. Time will tell, but Nate is on a very positive path, and we're very proud of what he's done so far and his development. And it's, I think, a great decision for him and for the club to continue this relationship.
What are some of the qualities that you've seen in his time, and the ceiling that he has must be high?
Well, the simple answer is attackers need to be productive, and Nate is productive. He's productive in his goals. He always has been in the youth team, second team, first team. He is, for LAFC, we like to interpret things to be a little more proactive, and so his defensive work as far as pressing and running in behind and his very explosive player is something we look for at this club. And to be able to develop a player from our academy into that in the first team is very helpful for roster building purposes too.
In terms of young player development, how do you think about it in your time here? Obviously, there's a club that wants to win. You rely on a lot of veteran players, a lot of players that you bring in with MLS experience. So giving these younger players time and balancing the side of hey, we won 3 points in championships, how do you see all of that?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's a balancing act. So it's picking the right moments. You want players to play, and you want to set your players up for maximum success. And so you want to put players into situations where they're going to succeed, or the chances that they succeed are greater. And that's what we try to do with all the younger players, whether it's Smoliakov this year has had some great progression, Nate, David Martinez, recently Andy Moran, who's only still 21, turned 22 yesterday. So we're looking to put these players into positions where they can feel comfortable, where they can feel free, and where they can develop into better players. And so far, we've seen a lot of that.
Nate's back. Have all your international departures come back healthy? Everybody's good?
Yeah. The last will to arrive today.
Okay.
The Rapids, it's been a tough place for LAFC to play. I mean, we know about the altitude, but what is the other places that make that visiting there challenging? Obviously, you're not going to deal with the cold like you did earlier this season.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some other aspects.
It's just a tough team to beat, and I think you can say that about any MLS team at home. There's a lot of teams that are just difficult to beat, and Colorado's one of them. I think the way Chris interprets the game and what he's done very good at is his team is well organized. They're proactive. They're excellent in transition, and so they create a lot of transition moments, and they create a lot of problems for teams who are disconnected. And when the game gets a little disconnected, that's when Colorado becomes very good and very dangerous. And I think Chris has done a good job of, like I said, putting the game on his terms, and that's the biggest part of our challenge in Colorado. For our players to stay connected, stay disciplined, stick to our game plan, and if we can, then I do like our chances of winning there.
Playing a team like that, season on the line, you've had a lot of opportunities like that where teams had to play over the last couple of months where they needed a result. How does that come into play with the prep, or is it stick to what you got?
It definitely comes into play, but I have no way of knowing what Chris is doing. even if I called and asked. I'm not sure. No, I have not. But I'm not sure he would tell me, nor should he. And so, I don't know what the opponent is preparing, and so we have to prepare for all outcomes or all approaches from Colorado, and we've done that.
And final one for me, just the defensive collectiveness, obviously Jailson coming in, but being able to either keep a clean sheet or keep the opportunities very low. How have you seen that development? What are the key parts to seeing that uptick, that improvement from your defensive effort?
Yeah, defending and minimizing the attack of the opponent is half the battle, for sure. You still need to finish your chances and create chances. And I think half of that we did pretty well in Austin. We just didn't finish the one or two chances we created, and we didn't create enough. And that's what we're looking to improve on. But our defensive effort over the past 7 games has been phenomenal. And we will not let up there.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Coach, thank you for your time. Just looking into the playoffs, how do you see the competition in the Western Conference?
It's excellent. There's a lot of teams. I think everybody can beat everybody. And San Diego on any day is very explosive and dangerous and scored a lot of goals. Vancouver has been very complete, even though they've had to deal with some injury issues. They haven't missed a beat. They've made some additions in the summer as well, and it got better. Seattle is always difficult. It's always a solid team. Portland on good days can really hurt you as well. And as we saw last week, if you don't play to your best, a team like Austin is going to beat you too. And I haven't mentioned everybody, but I think all of the teams in the West in the playoffs are competitive, and it should be very exciting.
And how important is getting back those key players like Sonny and Boanga for the playoffs?
Yeah, you can't replace DPs in this league and quality, and those 2 players are extremely important for us.
Hi, Coach.
Hi, Derek.
So compared to other regions in the States, Colorado is placed in the higher altitude, right? So I believe the players won't get the altitude sickness, but at the same time, are there any specific different training that you're currently conducting to prepare for the game?
No, you can't. There's not a lot you can do other than go live there for 7 weeks, and you can't do that. So there's nothing we can do. You just deal with it. It's a little difficult at the end of the halves and to start, but we've been there many times, and it does affect it a little bit, but it doesn't affect it enough to where we need to do something in preparation, nor would I ever try to use that as an excuse.
Jailson gave you 45 minutes. What did you see from the half that he gave you? And he seems to be on the ball very calm, and it has, just from a viewer perspective, like a slowing effect, but sometimes you guys want to play faster. So how does this style integrate with what you guys do?
Yeah, it definitely calms the game down. He's extremely experienced, understands space and time very well, and using his body in tight spaces. So I think we've used him in 2 ways. We used him to start a game, or used him to finish a game off. I think finishing the game off against Toronto was perfect. I think it had that calming effect on the group. It's exactly what the game wanted and needed, and he found those spots and completely settled the game down for us and took anything that was dangerous out of the equation with the ball. And starting a game, it's a little different. It's a little more rapid. There's more challenges. There's less space. There's less time. And so he had to fight for a little bit. But that was important. And how important that will be, we'll find out throughout the rest of the season. But to get him those valuable minutes because, it is somebody who hasn't had a competitive game in a while.
When you talk about him, you make it sound like he can be a key contributor for you, particularly in the postseason. You see him that way, someone who can really come in, make a difference?
I do, yeah.
Anything in particular about him that lets you believe that?
You looked at him?
Yeah.
Big guy. Excellent feet. Can play multiple positions. Good on set pieces. Has played at a very high level in his career, and so there's a lot there to work with.
He can play those 8 roles though. Pop in there at an 8. Yeah.
More 6 and center back.
Oh wow.
As opposed to an 8.
We'll move to take questions online. Jim, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, Jim Alexander here. Obviously, it seems like every time we do this, a new player is getting re-signed and an announcement with it. In your time here, has there been a focus change sort of recently on re-signing and keeping guys in home? And second part of it is, how hard are these deals to kind of make, especially with some players having potentially other options, maybe overseas or more playing time with other clubs? Are these generally easy deals to complete? And also has the focus sort of changed into making this sort of thing?
No, the focus has never changed. Ideally, you work with the same group every year, and you keep adding to that group. That would be ideal. That's just impossible in our league if you are successful. And we only make changes if we have to. And this year was the first year that we are moving into next year that we don't need to make a lot of changes, and we can bring back a lot of guys. Our financial situation allows for that. But that's always been the goal, and I could imagine a lot of clubs have that goal. It's just very difficult in this league to keep a group together due to the rules and regulations, which we all accept and follow the rules.
Jim, anything else?
Just follow up with that. Are these deals usually hard to make or easier? It seems like the players want to stay here. That's one of the first things they say, and being around the club culture and the city.
I wouldn't say it's easy. I don't think any deals are easy. I think John may be a better person to answer that question, but deals get done. I think players want to stay. I think we have an amazing city. We have an amazing fan group. I think the culture we have here at LAFC is also very welcoming, open, fun to be a part of, and competitive. But there's the financial side of deals that is never difficult, that's never easy to get done, and that's up to the players, their agents, and John.
Congratulations on getting on the field. How is it to integrate with the team so late in the season?
Bem-vindo a Los Angeles. Como é que você sente integrando agora com essa equipe?
Primeiramente, obrigado. Muito feliz de estar fazendo parte dessa equipe, uma grande equipe com grandes objetivos. Fui bem recebido aqui e espero agregar o máximo possível.
I'm really happy to be joining this team. It's a great team within the league. And I'm here to, just play my hardest and to show up, and just really excited for this opportunity.
Yeah, and how has it been for you to step on the field with your new teammates? You started last game, played a half. Do you feel like you're performing at the level you want to, and how far away from you are you 100%?
Como é que você sente jogando agora com os jogadores aí da equipe? Como você está sentindo com essa integração, jogando com eles, e o que você está fazendo assim para jogar seu máximo?
Na verdade, que eu me senti muito bem, fui muito bem recebido, o grupo é fantástico e acho que com minutagem a gente vai correndo o ritmo e podendo chegar ao 100%, espero estar 100% o mais rápido possível para poder ajudar da melhor maneira possível.
I'm really excited to be here with the team. It's a fantastic team, and we'll be able to tell just minute by minute, play by play, how things will begin to advance. And I'm working my hardest to be the quickest I can be on the field to be able to support the team.
Last from me, one thing Steve said was how calm you are on the ball, and he really seems to enjoy that about you. And do you notice that maybe you bring a different element that maybe some other players don't have as much in you, or you have something specific that you bring that makes you an option for Steve that he may not have now?
Steve falou que ele admira muito como você é muito calmo com a bola e jogando. E aí ele perguntou se você acha que você tem alguma característica que diferencia você dos outros jogadores dessa maneira, que você joga.
Não, realmente acho que com o passar do tempo a gente vai ganhando experiência. Já estou há algum tempo aí jogando e ganhando essa experiência, a gente vai tendo tranquilidade para jogar. Acho que a gente tem uma grande equipe, como eu disse, eu venho para somar, para ajudar, poder agregar o máximo possível, entregar um pouco mais de intensidade. Sou um cara que ajuda muito defensivamente e preciso estar 100% para entregar isso à equipe. E como eu disse, espero o mais rápido possível estar no meu 100% e com certeza vou ajudar muito a equipe.
With with time, I've been able to mature and just be able to have that experience playing. And so I really attribute that to just the time that I've had playing, and I've been able to accrue a good amount of experience behind that. And I am really looking forward to just joining the team. I want to, like I said before, it's an incredible team, and I am really excited and just looking forward to doing my best, just showing up however I can to be able to support the team, and again, just being the quickest on the field to support on that defensive line.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else in person, Derek?
Hi, Derek with the Korea Daily. So your teammate Sonny had a match with Brazil national team a few days ago, and Brazil just easily won the South Korean 5-0. So I'm just wondering, what's so unique about the Brazilian soccer?
Ele está perguntando, ele falou, né, que o Sunny jogou aí com a equipe contra o Brasil e tal, e aí está perguntando o que é tão único sobre esse jogo brasileiro.
Na verdade que o Brasil tem grandes jogadores espalhados pelo mundo. A gente sempre foi uma fábrica de jogadores e fica nítido que grandes jogadores espalhados pelo mundo são brasileiros, e acredito que a alegria de poder jogar, de ser feliz jogando. Acho que os brasileiros gostam muito de desfrutar do jogo, e acho que é uma coisa que caracteriza muito isso o futebol brasileiro.
Brazil has always been a machine of turning out great players, and currently we have many great players placed around the world playing on big teams. And I believe one of the things that differentiates, or that that gives Brazil that uniqueness, is the joy. It's the joy of playing, and that is what's been very characteristic to just the Brazilian style.
Just wondering, have you seen the match with Brazil versus South Korea?
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear it.
So, have you seen the match Brazil versus South Korea?
Você viu o jogo?
Não, acabei não vendo porque era muito cedo aqui, estava descansando, mas vi os melhores momentos e nada, Brasil, sempre torcendo pelo Brasil, mas tem que descansar para poder trabalhar.
I did not watch the game. It was really early here, so I chose to rest. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to rest to be able to just show up focused. So I only watched the best moments.
Obrigado.
De nada.
What's it like playing in the middle of the park, knowing that you have a dangerous duo like Sonny and Denis leading the attack?
Sorry, can you repeat the first part, or speak a little louder?
What's it like playing in the middle of the park, knowing that you have a dangerous duo like Sonny and Denis up top leading the attack?
Como é que você sente jogando aí, né, nesse meio, sabendo que você tem Sunny voando aí, Denis aí na frente?
Bom, espero poder jogar o mais rápido possível com eles. Ainda não tive a oportunidade de jogar com eles, mas acredito que vai ser muito bom. São grandes jogadores que agregam muito à equipe. Já se fala por si só aí os números deles durante esse tempo que estão juntos.
I haven't been able to play with them yet, and I am really determined, and I hope that I can just do my best to be the quickest on the field, to be able to support the game and playing with them. But they're, the numbers speak for themselves on just how incredible they are and what they're able to bring. So I'm ready to, also add my part to it.
We'll take one more in person, and then we'll wrap up on Zoom. Josh?
Igor Jesus was injured before your arrival, but I'm wondering how much you interact with him and how helpful he's been in terms of getting you to understand how LAFC plays.
O Igor foi, né, assim, ficou machucado antes de você chegar, mas ele está perguntando como é que se o Igor está podendo te ajudar, né, com essa integração com a equipe, e como é que está sendo isso, essa troca com ele também.
A gente fica triste pela lesão do Igor, um jovem aí, mas o mais rápido possível ele vai tá de volta e nada, é um menino muito concentrado, está concentrado no trabalho dele e está me ajudando também aqui e eu também podendo dar o suporte para ele que eu posso por ter um pouco mais de experiência. E a gente vai se ajudando, mas como eu falei, o grupo é muito bom, fui muito bem recebido e estou aqui para ajudar o máximo possível.
E só uma outra coisa, assim, ele falou que o Igor tá te ajudando também, assim, tipo, com essa integração?
Tá, com certeza tá. Já me deu várias dicas de como funciona o clube, de como são os companheiros de trabalho e, como eu falei, a gente vai trocando informações também.
I'm very sad about how Igor has been injured, and we're here to support him as best as we can so that he has a speedy recovery. As you know, he's been able to help me, telling me just about the club, how it works. So yes, he's been supporting me, and I'm also here to support him however we can. He's a young, incredibly dedicated player, and so however I can help and bring my experience also to support him, I'm here to do that as well. And as I said before, it's an incredible team. I'm extremely excited to be here and just want to show up and do my best.
All right, we'll switch over to Zoom. We'll take a question from Jim Alexander.
Welcome to LA. What's been your immediate sort of impression of MLS, the competition, the stadium, and sort of atmosphere? Does it even compare a little bit to Brazil? And is this a team, LAFC, and a league that you were familiar with prior to coming here?
Bem-vindo a LA. Gostaria de saber se você, quais são suas impressões, né? Suas primeiras impressões da equipe, do clube, essa atmosfera, né, dos fãs também. E eu tô curioso de saber se você tinha uma ideia ou se você já sabia sobre o MLS antes de vir para cá. E como é que isso compara com o Brasil?
Bom, como eu disse, foi muito bom chegar aqui, fiquei surpreso. Meu primeiro jogo com a atmosfera do estádio, o apoio que a torcida dá aos 90 minutos e nada, o time, um grande time com grandes jogadores, qualidade, e acredito que tem muito a ver com o futebol brasileiro também, pela atmosfera, estádio cheio. E muito feliz de poder ter a oportunidade de estar jogando na MLS.
I was really surprised when I first came just by the atmosphere and how incredible it is to see the fans cheering us on for 90 minutes. I would say the quality of the players who I'm with is extremely high and incredible. And there is a lot, that's similar with Brazil, especially in the atmosphere of it all, especially, thinking about the stadium and just the energy that's present.